Can I say one other thing about Rita Baga?
Yeah.
My favorite moment of the whole season was last week when they had to do the whole picture thing where they try to make you cry.
Yeah.
I literally laughed about it for a week afterwards. Everyone else was like, I would tell you that you're beautiful and you're amazing and you're gonna be fine. And she was like, okay, you are going to be very fat, but then you get skinny again, and then you make lots of friends and you become a drag queen.
She was just giving the facts.
And the fact that she didn't get emotional about it or like cry, I was just like dying laughing.
Because everyone else is like, everything's gonna be so hard. And she's like, you will get a driver's license.
Exactly. And then you will go on the vacation to Mexico and you will get sunburned. Literally, I was walking around for like a week afterwards just being like, and now I'm going to the store and I'm going to get some water.
I was talking to Tatiana on last pit stop and I was like, imagine if they were like, what would you say to little Tatiana? And they pulled up your mugshot. Hi, it's me, Trixie Mattel, and welcome back to the Pit Stop. And today we are recapping the finale episode of Canada's Drag Race. Now, I did it. I called in a few favors. I made an international phone call. Actually, no, she lives in LA. It's Brooklyn Heights. Woo!
Hi, Trixie. Thank you for having me virtually.
I have so much to say off a personal note. Girl, this season was so good. You must be beaming with pride.
Oh my god, like it really has been a roller coaster of emotions from like start to finish. Like we've gone up, down, around the corner. It's like early Drag Race seasons with a high quality budget.
It has like the spirit and the genuine energy of the early seasons of Drag Race.
Yeah, you're completely right. They just said what they wanted to say when they wanted to say it. There wasn't, you could tell nobody was holding back anything. And I mean, that's what makes good TV, right?
I've gotten to go to Canada and do enough tours there that I've seen the drag there, and I know that it's the same in a lot of great ways, but different in so many great ways. And we've gotten to see so many queens, a Rita or a Jimbo. I mean, there's a lot of queens that are unlike anything we've seen on any season of Drag Race from any country.
I think what really sets Canada apart in terms of drag is we're performers. Like we got some real, like you saw this season, like we are performance queens, whether it's like an acting challenge or lip syncs, like they just bring it like really hard.
I mean, crazy. You're the only person who knows what it's like to be a competitor and a judge. What is that like?
It's hard when someone does really well in one aspect and really badly in another aspect. Or you know what, or if nobody really does horribly. You know, when it's easy when there's a clear decision, like there's a yes and a no. But when there's so many weeks that there wasn't that, and that's when it was just tough. And we'd have to sometimes we would sit there for like an hour and a half and like make graphs and like pie charts and like go through everything with a fine tooth comb to try to figure out what we were going to do.
And let's be honest, like you probably felt more pressure going in to judge Canada's Drag Race than you did to compete on America's Drag Race.
Oh my god, yeah, because you have this feeling that people think you're all of a sudden better than you are because now you're a judge, so you're kind of on this pedestal. And that's absolutely not the case. I'm very aware that I am not RuPaul. I have not had the career she has had.
You're not?
I'm not. Shh. But like a lot of these girls were my friends and my peers, and I worked with them and I came up in drag with them. And I was just given this amazing opportunity, which of course I said yes to. Who the wouldn't? And I just sat there and for me, I did them the service of telling them exactly what I thought.
Absolutely. I think that's what Michelle does. I mean, I was just talking to Tatiana on the last pit stop about this. If you were a judge, don't you think you would take the role so seriously that you would tell those hookers what they need to hear? Because your job is to tell them what they need to win.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure, but I'm a very blunt, to the point kind of person, and so that's just the way I told it to them. I just told it to them straight because that's the way it was told to me in pageants and ballet and like all of that stuff for years. And I really did take it so seriously because I understood the pressure they were under, and I understood the way that this show can change your life.
With Stacey in the room, how can anything come off as not like warm? Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god, she's so funny.
I'm standing in Stacey's line at DragCon.
Absolutely, like she's hysterical. She's just like, she cannot help but be completely herself all the time. She's so genuine, and I put her in the category of like an Alyssa or a Vanjie, where she just doesn't quite get how funny she is.
Yeah, totally.
She's just that personality where she's like, oh, what? oh, hi, yeah, I'm here. Oh, it's good to be here. What's happening today? Oh, cool. Like, she's just, like, so, like, in her own little headspace, but then she's also this, like, gorgeous glamazon with these legs that go on for days and this impeccable fashion sense, and, just...
And, like, no, like, qualms about, like, yeah, the camera's on, but we're just vibing.
Yeah, just cool, just chill. She's so natural, and another person who will tell you exactly how she sees it.
You guys are each doing a runway every single week. I mean, we're judging the competitors every week, but you three judges had to come with runways every single week.
Yes!
Was it like getting ready for Drag Race Part 2, basically?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? I live for it. Like, I've said this before, like, my favorite part of Drag Race, period, is the runways. Like, that's what I live for on the show. I had all my looks made by the Lady Hyde, the lovely Lady Hyde.
Dallas.
In San
Hi,
Francisco.
Dallas.
Dallas. We love you, Dallas. But yeah, that was really fun for me to put everything together. They had a stylist on set, and at first they were like, so, like, our stylist will be putting looks together for you, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
My favorite look, I have it written here. I've been taking notes all season.
Uh-huh.
I think it was episode 3, all black, green hair, cross earrings. Moira Rose.
Oh,
down.
Completely.
I loved that look, and I mean, this last finale look, we'll get to it, but your finale look is really a look.
Thank you.
It's good. So last week, fans were very disappointed to see Jimbo sashay away, but I mean, Rita won that lip sync.
I mean, that's the way it is.
It was clear watching it, even as a Jimbo fan watching it, I was like, Rita just made you get on your knees and beg for your life because she really let you have it. Did you know that Jimbo was going to be such a breakout star when you were filming?
Honestly, yes. From the moment he climbed that mountain in that first episode, and I was actually in the producer's room watching them all walk into the runway, like walk into the workroom, and I was like, oh, bitch, here we go.
What a nutcase.
What a nutcase. Wow. And he was, wow. And he did this whole laughing thing that you don't even see because I went on for like 5 minutes. He was just so amazing and brought something so different every week. And I mean, he is a perfect example of you don't have to win the show to win the show, bitch. Jimbo is going to be just mother fine, okay?
Jimbo has something very addictive to watch, which is point of view and like conviction. So no matter what Jimbo's doing, she is 100% in, which as a viewer, I'll follow you if you sell it to me. I don't even care what it is, you know?
When she does it all the way 100%.
Totally. But Jimbo's gone, and we have our top 3, which is Rita Baga, Priyanka, and Scarlett Bobo. Now, all 3 are so different. Brooke, what did you think about this top 3?
I like the diversity. Like, Scarlett's such a punk rock kind of activist queen, and she's very different. She's a little bit of a circus freak. She's a little bit of the underdog, like the misunderstood one. I really do love her rise through it. Like, she just went like this through the competition. It was a slow climb. I'm so happy she's there, and she's actually the person I've known the longest. I've known Scarlett almost 10 years now. She competed with me in my first ever drag pageant that I won.
Really?
And the Queen of Halloween in Toronto. And she did not win. And she was, in typical Scarlett fashion, she was very upset. She was at the bar. She was covered in blood because it was a Halloween pageant. And I was like getting a shot, and she was beside me. She was like, why didn't I win? I thought I did really good. And I was beside her, like, in my crown. It was very, like, the beginning of Tu Wong Fu. Thank you for everything.
You're like, can I buy you a drink?
And then we have Rita, who's, like, the old true blue, like, cabaret queen of Montreal. I related to Rita most in this competition because we have very similar personalities. We're not the loudest person in the room, but we pull it out when we need to.
She has a poise and, like, a maturity.
And she doesn't stir. She doesn't start. She's just there to do her job. It was very me on season 11. I was just there to, like, make out with Vanjie and
try to win.
Yeah, like, that's it. I really related to her, and I thought she had some great moments. I mean, that snatch game, are you kidding me?
Girl. And some of those runways, I mean, the one she lip synced in last week, that frozen icicles coming out of the head.
I thought that was so cool.
And then, of course, Priyanka. She's your third.
Priyanka, yes, and she's only been doing drag for about 2 years, I guess.
11 minutes.
Yeah, 11 minutes. I think Priyanka is a star. She's just, you want to know more about her. You want to hear her talk. You want to ask her questions. Like, she's just so funny and so goofy and so herself, but at the same time, so professional and so hungry for it, you know? Like, yeah. You want to be her friend. You want to go out for drinks with her.
Priyanka was very much the storyteller of this season. Like,
absolutely.
When something happened, you waited for it to cut to Priyanka to tell you what the tea of what's happening was.
Another thing that I really, really loved about Priyanka is that even when she was down, like when she knew she was in the bottom, or she knew like she had up that week, she never let it get to her, not once.
It doesn't help anybody if you do.
You could tell she was disappointed, but she always was like, well.
Yes, and when she did bad, she wasn't in denial of it, which
no.
It's so much better to say, I know I did horrible, because that shows at least you can feel that joke didn't land or that look wasn't right, because the other version of that, which is, I think I was great, that's not cute, you know. So the next day, you enter the workroom in Boy Drag and announce for the final challenge, the queens are writing and recording a verse for RuPaul's You Wear It Well. That's a huge moment to make it that far in the competition. Brooke, what are your memories of recording tracks when you were on Drag Race? Because you did Queens Everywhere.
We did Queens Everywhere. I remember just being impressed. Like, I loved my little rap. I was like, because I'm like, hello, I'm the whitest white person ever, and I'm basically Julia Stiles in Save the Last Dance. And
and that's white.
And that's white. So I was just happy I was able to write a rap. I never tried to write a rap, and nothing I'd ever attempted before, and I really liked it. So it was fun. I definitely was nervous, like going in there, standing in front of Todrick.
Brooke, did you love watching them record the verses?
It was fun. It's always so funny to see like who gets it and who doesn't. Like that whole thing with Scarlett.
Like, girl, they really got Scarlett together with the editing sis. They were saying, I mean, that is so funny. And she honestly had no idea. She was like, oh no, I got it. That's the note.
No, she had no clue. Yeah, it's always really fun. And these girls, like, besides that, there wasn't any huge ups. Like, Rita had a little trouble in the beginning, but with her accent, obviously, because she has such a heavy French-Canadian accent. Priyanka did a really great job with it, too.
So we go to choreography, and there you are, just showing up to, let's be honest, intimidate people. Just give them your laser beam eyes and look at their feet and do a little, So what do you remember about watching them learn the choreo?
Obviously, Scarlett picked it up the easiest.
Yeah,
because
really
I think
did.
she is the dancer out of the three of them. But in typical Bobo fashion, Bobo is very manic and very, as you've seen the whole season, she can just be very excited, and like you could tell like she was trying really, really hard. And like I said, I was like, okay, you're literally ahead of the music now.
I mean, she's a natural mover.
Yes, and she has learned a lot of choreography before, but you could tell she was like so like ready to do it. And then Priyanka is kind of like a baby giraffe to me. Like, she can get it, but it takes her a minute, and she's a little like, woo. So I knew she was going to get it, but it was just going to be a matter of repetition for her.
You were giving her some feedback that I think like showed that because she doesn't have a dance background, she doesn't know what her body looks like without a mirror. So you had to be like, you're doing this, and like it needs to be.
I'm the same way. It actually takes me a minute to learn choreography. Like, I don't learn things super, super quickly.
Well, you were helping Rita. She was kind of struggling.
Yeah, so I get it. Like, it's all about just practice till you know what's happening and you don't have to think about it, and then you can focus on that fierce face.
How do you feel about Scarlett saying that you have snake eyes?
I mean, she's not wrong.
Well, and you're there to judge, and for once we're seeing you judge in something like a discipline you've dedicated your life to, so like you're not gonna miss the mistakes.
And also, I have resting bitch face. Like, my face just looks bitchy. Sorry.
Well, sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
So we get to Coronation Day, and the queens are reflecting on the season. One fun question they discussed that I want to ask you about: what is the worst look of the season?
I'm going to have to go with Lemon's denim on denim. Is up there for me for the worst looks of the season.
That was my favorite critique when you said, I would actually wear something like this. I would change the fit, the cut, the color. I'd change your name, change my family, my social security number. But otherwise I love it.
For all of it. So you would change all of it. I was like, yeah, change all of it.
But you were trying to be encouraging.
I was. It didn't work out very well. But Lemon also had one of my favorite looks of the season with her second week, that beautiful blue.
She really came back that second week with that look.
Bitch, that gown was everything.
Side note, Brooke, you talked about this on the show, and we've talked about it several times on the Pit Stop. Can you talk to us about the relationship Canadian queens have with body versus maybe the way American drag queens have a relationship with body?
Oh, like body.
Yeah, because I felt like on this show, many looks could have been improved on by a little more cinch, a little more boobs, and some people, maybe for their build, I'm like, flat hair, really? Or like, not a cinched waist in this look, really?
I agree with you, and I mean, it's, again, I equate it to the fact that Canada does not have a pageant culture. America has such a strong pageant culture that really is kind of almost the root of a lot of its drag. that it kind of goes without saying, like, yeah, I'm gonna cinch, yeah, I'm gonna wear big hips, yeah, I'm gonna wear tits. I think that's where it comes from, and we don't have that in Canada. Canada drag has really come from like cabaret and just kind of like bar culture and like doing drag in a bar. And a lot of queens in Canada and a lot of shows in Canada are really long, and you have to do like 10 numbers or 12 numbers a night. Like, it's like marathon drag. So just in order, just for pure comfort, you just throw on a leotard and you don't pad and you don't cinch because you're doing it for hours.
And like you said, the Canadian queens are also performers first.
Exactly. You know? I agree. I think Canadian queens are performers first, look queens second.
So the queens discussed their performances this season and different challenges such as Snatch Game. Was it like meta for you to go from doing Snatch Game in season 11 to hosting a Snatch Game?
Oh, yeah.
Was it like a dream?
Oh, it was a dream. And you and me both know Snatch Game is not fun to do.
No. Well, I'm sure it's fun to do when it's going well for you, but neither of us have ever had that happen.
Okay, exactly. Like, I was a little nervous, but honestly, like, I had so much fun when I got there. A, because they did such an incredible job.
Oh my God. Amazing Snatch Game.
So good. So they really made my job easy, and I was just there to make sure I was giving them as much support as humanly possible.
Right, because your job is to kind of try to set them up and loft them softballs for their character, and like you're honestly trying to make them look good.
Exactly, like that's what I was trying to do. But they made my job, well, most of them made my job super easy, and they were just super funny. I mean, obviously Lemon and Jimbo and Rita, but I also again have to talk about Alona. I thought Alona's Cock Destroyers was so funny. Even when I was like, so is this your first TV interview? And she was like, you know what, Brooklyn? Yeah, it is. I thought it was so funny, like.
Well, you know what? I mean, a good Snatch Game is so good, and a bad one is so bad. And
there's no in between.
Yeah, and on this Canadian season 1 Drag Race, there was a lot of the safe people were really good.
Yeah, completely. Like, Bobo did an amazing job.
And that's why it's so glaring when one is bad. Mm-hmm. It's like, in a room full of good ones, it's like, oh no. I mean, Priyanka sitting next to Lemon, I mean, it was like the two extremes of a successful Snatch Game and a deeply unsuccessful Snatch Game.
Yeah.
Okay, we get to the main stage, Brooke. You look gorgeous. Perfect. And we see the queens perform in You Wear It Well. So how do you think the queens did, and do you have a favorite?
I think they did so amazing. It's kind of like our Rusical, Sorry Not Sorry About It, that they did earlier on the season. I always forget like how long these things are. Like, I think it's going to be this quick little like 2-minute thing, but then it just keeps going and going and going, and they put so much work into it, and there was so much choreography, and honestly, everybody did amazing. The choreography was right from everybody. The staging, I didn't really see anybody mess up, and you know me with my snake eyes, I was watching for it. Everyone was performing and was just so in the zone. It was incredible. I love Priyanka's hair. That I remember very distinctly. I love that half up, half down, but I love that color on her. That beautiful red color on girls with darker skin tones is beautiful. So gorgeous to me. I loved how Priyanka talked about really her journey on the show. She talked about her ups and her downs. Yeah. And again, like, kept on brand with that What's My Name Priyanka. Like, she knows how to drive a point home, that girl. Bobo was just kind of like the energy ball of it.
Oh my God.
Just ate it up.
Did it. Like,
she ate it up.
And I mean, she almost had this like momentum from her last win, and the fact that she's never really gotten to lip sync. Like, it was almost like we were watching a drag queen who hasn't lip synced in months be like, I'm so ready to get out there and do it. You know what I mean?
Completely.
This is probably the longest in her drag career she's gone without lip syncing.
Yeah, completely. Like, she was amazing.
This was a great look from Rita. I mean, picking a look you can move in that still like is really compelling. Her makeup and everything. I mean, she served this look.
She really, really did. I actually think Rita might have had my favorite look out of the three of them for that.
Yeah, the makeup and like the hair. I mean, it was just beautiful. We get to see the final runway of the season, which is their Coronation Eleganza. Let's get into these final looks. So first we have Rita Baga.
Yes, the alien queen. It was beautiful.
I mean, what a look. What a choice. Like, go big, bitch.
Yeah, it was. And again, Rita started as a club kid. So it was almost kind of like she was returning a little bit to her club kid roots. She looked great. Like, it was definitely a bold choice to come out as the final look, painted green as an alien. The one thing I wish on this look is I wish the hair had been a little bit more sculptural.
Yes, yes. Or had gone green. Like,
or had just gone green. Like head to toe green would have been great.
Yeah, I love the texture of it, how it was like a deep purple with stones, so it almost looked liquid. It just made her look like almost wet. Very cool look, and I mean, it ends up revealing, spoiler alert, and that reveal is so strong. I mean, it's even better as pants on the bottom.
Yeah, it's great, and I love a look you can't really tell it's a reveal.
If it's a reveal people see coming, it's not a reveal. Nothing is revealed to me. This information is already known.
That's why I did my code at the finale that said reveal all over it.
All right, Scarlett Bobo is serving us probably the most, like, classy version of her we've seen.
I think her best look on the show was her pageant week.
Girl, that black fur. Oh my god. Not to mention, I don't think we talk about it enough on this channel. Scarlett's makeup is just it.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely.
The cheeks and the eyes and the lips. She has one of those faces that can just take a lot of product and like make it look like $1,000,000, you know?
Yeah, she does do great makeup, and she's had some really great looks. I mean, I even loved her hair look when she came out with the Bobo like headband and hair, and like I thought that was so cute. Now, as far as this look goes, it doesn't give me final eleganza. Like, she looks great.
It's not my favorite either.
Yeah, it doesn't give me, this is the final runway of RuPaul's Drag Race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But speaking of reveals, you can tell were a reveal. This was a reveal. I could tell was a reveal when she walked out, and I kept waiting for her to take it off.
I
and
hoped
like,
it was, because I was just like, also, I don't know, is this bad? Red hair with the pink underneath?
Ah, yes, I was gonna say. Also, I wish she had done pink hair.
Or a natural color.
Or a natural color, yes. I love the bottom of it. I will say I love the train and how it flowed, and I love the pink underneath the black. I thought was beautiful.
Who could forget Priyanka's look? This is how you do your last appearance on Drag Race.
Representing your culture, first ever Desi Queen on the show, and she just looked beautiful. I remember, again, this was a moment, every time someone came out and we were gagged, me and Stacey would just grab each other. We'd just be like, and me and Stacey both were just like, oh my god. Like, she looked next world, and you could tell that she knew that she looked, amazing. You know, when you could tell someone knows they look good, and she was just like, yep.
Yes, we were talking about there's a way that you walk on Drag Race when you look around and you know that you're the one.
Oh yeah.
If you walk around like, I've arrived, hello, you know, there's a ceremonial feel to it, and let's call it what it is. It's a coronation look. It's meant to be like, I am here. It's like one of the biggest days of a drag queen's life.
Absolutely.
Is like winning Drag Race, possibly winning. She should be really proud of it. There's a reason why these three made it to the end, because they're great. So after the judges' critique, the queens return to the workroom, and there's like a little reunion with all the eliminated queens.
I know!
And I have to ask, was this the most Canadian reunion ever? Because everybody was like, I love you, I'm sorry, and I love you.
I'm sorry. It was a very Canadian reunion, but it was so nice. I love it when they try to make it like look like they're all mad when they first walk in, like do that whole like bitchy stare down thing.
They were like, Kyne, I think you were a bitch. And she was like, no, I wasn't. And they were like, you're right. I love you.
But it's true, like they made a good point. Like, it's bitchier to like say someone, I'm just kidding, I love your makeup, or like,
that is the tea, when she was like, no, if she was a bitch, she would say, you look fierce, walk out there, diva.
That's right, it's true. I mean, I think I relate to Kyne a little bit in a way too, because people think Kyne's a bitch, but she's just kind of like trying to be honest.
I don't think Kyne's a bitch at all. I mean, in the beginning of the pit stop, we were being a little bit critical of Kyne's confidence, but I'm sorry, you can't win Drag Race without confidence. So it's better to have it and have a little too much of it than none of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I have to ask. I have to ask about the Canadian version of Is There Something on My Face? Kyne looked right at you in episode 2 and said, I forgive you. What did you think when she said that?
Oh, God. I think I was just like, this mother bitch. Like,
you had to be like, you really are doing this.
You're really doing this. Okay.
I mean, I know you weren't offended, but you had to have been like, this bitch really has like the nerve.
She has the nerve, but I mean, I remember like, I was annoyed with her the first week, obviously, because she was giving all of the pushback, and I was like, but I was annoyed, but a part of me was also like, girl, don't do it. Like, in my head, I was like, don't do it. You don't know what they're gonna do. Don't give them this material to work with. Don't do it. But you can't say that. I was just like, oh, please stop talking. Please stop talking. Please stop talking. Please stop talking. Because I knew how it was gonna come out for her, and I was like, oh, I don't want this for you at all. But yeah, I was a little annoyed. I had a pretty good sense of humor about it, though.
Also, I'm the judge and you're the contestant. Do you think they're gonna edit this to make me look stupid? No.
Yeah.
You're gonna make you look stupid. You have those pageant instincts where even if they were like, your whole family should be murdered, you'd be like, I love that critique. Thank you so much. So we're back on the runway, and we get to have all the eliminated queens do a walk, which I love. I wish they did it every season. Of all of our eliminated queens, who had your favorite look?
Ooh, there was a couple. First of all, Anastasia, in that gold.
So cool.
That she probably made completely herself, I'm guessing.
I mean, you better go off, bitch.
She looked incredible, as always. Yeah. I thought Juicebox looked beautiful.
Juicebox! She looked so pretty.
I thought she looked really pretty. We only saw her in that terrible thing she got sent home in.
Terrible Brooklyn.
Terrible, which broke my heart, because again, Juice is someone I've known for a good 10 years, who I've known her as a boy before she started doing drag, and then she started doing drag, and then she was on the show, and I was almost in tears sending her home, because I was like, I know what you can do, and I love you, and I hate that this is the week. This is how it has to be for you. But then she came back, and she looked so beautiful, and I was like, oh.
Lemon had a great look. I'm assuming that must have been like Lemon's coronation look, because it was all yellow.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. It was cute, though. I do love the color yellow, though.
Yeah, it's a great color.
It was great seeing Kind pay tribute to her heritage, too. I believe she's Filipino, and I believe that was like a traditional Filipino dress. And same with Ilona Verley. She did that indigenous two-spirited.
Oh my god, that First Nation look was beautiful.
Yeah, it was so beautiful and very, very powerful. And Tainomi, I love Tainomi's, she kind of gave like a Wakanda Forever moment. Like
the hair pieces.
Mm-hmm. Everybody really just kind of gave us like the best version of themselves, which was so cool.
And shout out to Jimbo for being Jimbo in that final look.
And also Jimbo.
Literally looks like somebody's dad who has a gay son going to the Pride Parade. Like, you know what? I'm going to be really supportive. I'm going to buy all rainbow. Like, you know what I mean? I said it not to Brock Brooklyn, okay? By the way, I think it's a great look. So finally, we see the top 3 perform in a final lip sync to You're a Superstar by Love Inc. Girl, I saw you on the Zoom. You were grooving.
You should, every week they did a song that I knew or that I loved, which was almost every week, and I was performing it with them. You know how Rue, like when you're watching the lip syncs, will be like, if he really likes the song, he'll be like doing it with you.
Oh yeah.
That was me. I was performing with them.
If Michelle knows the words, she's full volume singing. Like they have no chill. I think the Canada version of that is you're like focused and vibing, and then Jeffrey's living. Stacey's on another planet watching these lip syncs. She's basically like...
That I Drove All Night is my favorite thing to watch, because not because of their lip sync, because watching Stacey watch that lip sync. And at the end when she's just like, oh, wow! Like just the most like excited anybody's ever
like
been.
It was actually Celine Dion there. She's
just... Oh, completely. She was so proud and excited.
I like that the show took an opportunity to really make it like Radio Canada. Every week I was like, this is the new Canadian national anthem. Girlfriend?
Oh.
You want to know? If you could read my mind, Tegan and Sarah, I mean, come on. Like, it's a wonderful lip sync.
Carly Rae, like...
Carly Rae! You're watching the final lip sync. I gotta know, you were in the room. What did you think?
Oh, it was tough. It's tough watching 2 people, but trying to watch 3 people, especially when it's for the crown.
Girl.
Boba was bouncing all over the place. Like...
She was serving.
I knew Boba was this kind of performer. I saw it in the first... I've known her for 10 years. I saw it in the first Rusical thing we did, and then I saw it in the challenge, and then I'm seeing it again now, and it's literally just like whoop, turned up to 100 like kind of immediately.
Yeah. Priyanka seems she explores more levels. She does a little softer moments and then big.
But like it just depends. It really depends on what you like someone who like serves you the song like with the dancing and everything, or someone who gets more emotional with it. And I feel like Rita really kind of brought the emotion to it. Like with what she does with everything. I still could not believe her You Oughta Know performance. That lip sync.
Rita gives you that like, I don't think this is a Rita at all. Rita gives you that like mother of the house doing her middle number at brunch. Like doing it in a way that like if there was no one in the room, she would still be doing it. You know, like she sings it like she does it like it's real.
Oh, for sure. Like she really does. And then Priyanka just looked like a queen. And it's hard because she couldn't really do a lot of dancing because of her outfit.
And because of her body.
Because of
her joints, you know?
Because of her joints and the chemical imbalance in her brain, which makes her hear music differently.
She's still drunk from the other Untucked, And it's just so joyous, too. It's joyous when they were lip-syncing. The girls who've been eliminated are rooting them on. You guys are cheering them on. And we have a winner. Congratulations to Priyanka. Yay!
Yay! Congratulations, Priyanka.
An absolute star, charismatic, fun, has the energy of like up, but don't let it you up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, completely. Just like keep going no matter what happens. And just make it work.
She looks beautiful, young. I mean, some of her personal stories about her dad and about being I mean, I used to sing for a church and then go get in drag and do drag. So her talking about being a kids program host and then like, I mean, that's something we have not seen before.
She has had a journey. To me, she really just is the essence of a star. Like she has star quality, that thing you can't teach somebody.
Brooklyn, it was such a pleasure to have you as a guest. I loved watching you compete on Drag Race, and I love watching you judge Drag Race. Thank you so much for a great season.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm so happy you enjoyed it.
And thank you for watching The Pit Stop. Stay tuned to the RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube channel for all kinds of wonderful content. If you like wonderful content, you can come to my YouTube channel at Trixie Mattel and join me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Do you want everything RuPaul's Drag Race at your fingertips? Then head over to YouTube now and subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race channel, and you will get all the episodes of everything you ever want, including brand new episodes of What You Packin'. Hi.